All right, part two. Oops, we just messed up there, didn't we, for a second? Hopefully you guys caught me. What I told you to do was not a next action unless you've already done some of the other thought work ahead of time. Meaning, I just asked you to go check the guidelines for what you were looking to do. That's assuming you've already done the work to find out and get real clear on what your goal is. Are you looking to be a Division III athlete, Division II, Division I, an NAIA athlete? Are you not sure? Are you in a sport where sometimes college isn't the next step? So you need to do that work first, and that's just getting clear on your goals. So right there, getting clear on your goals. That takes a little bit of time, and that takes an understanding of how to set goals. So you can do some research on that. I'm not going to just give you that answer. So go do some research on how to set goals, and then seeing where it's appropriate for you to be. But when you're setting your goal to start with, you might want to do just a little bit of vision work, dream work, mission work, and find out what, before you put restrictions on things, before you try to judge it, just dump what's in your head and then evaluate it afterwards. Anyways, back to what we're talking about. So we're talking about getting recruited. Okay, well, you gotta understand what the process is. So we talked about that a little bit, doing that research. So one of the things that you might want to know is, so after you find out what the process is, you find out, okay, well, if I'm a lacrosse player, I really need to be up and at 'em as a freshman, because as a sophomore, I may be realistically committing to a school. So same thing with baseball, spring sports. Fall, it's a little bit different. Winter is different. Everything has its own time. So again, back to that lifetime of the opportunity. So we have a ton of books here, and we're huge readers and love it. This is a great book, Sports Talent by Jim Brown. Probably not the Jim Brown you're thinking. This guy wasn't Cleveland Brown. Anyways, in this you'll see stuff like the emotional talent checklist. There's another one in there that talks about physical skills checklist. That's here. And then we get into different areas of testing. They talk about specific sport testing. And so this is a little bit outdated. Also in there they talk about what is allowed, what's not allowed by the NCAA. That changes by the year, so you really need to stay updated on what the NCAA is saying you can do and what you can't do, when you can talk, how you can talk. Communication is not, it's not just, oh, you can communicate with a coach as of this time. No, it's, okay, communication breakdown, it's broken down into texting, emailing, person to person, over the phone. All these things you need to know specifically, because you might jump to a conclusion and say, well, I looked at Jim Brown's book here, and he also talks about intangibles right here. So if you are looking at this book and you're saying, okay, gets the most out of the ability, has positive influence on teammates, has a nose for the ball, makes big plays, makes the teammates better, anticipates, is coachable, adjusts to the situations, rises to the occasion, has a killer instinct. Okay, so yeah, coaches are looking for that. Mental skills, they're looking for mental skills. So all these things are important. Mental skills, mental preparation prior to the game, pre-competition activity, emotional readiness, self-confidence, quality of effort, concentration, consistency of focus, mental toughness, ability to get let go of mistakes, poise, control of negative thoughts, enjoyment, communication with teammates. And then you need to go down through, and on these checklists in here, and I've listed them online, and if you just search Sports Talent Checklist, Jim Brown, all this stuff comes up. You got to do the work though, again. But if you go through and you start to look at this stuff, you'll understand, right there, that's what the cover looks like. You'll understand what you're digging into and what a coach is looking for. Yeah, here's the other thing, and we're going to get into this in a second, and it'll be the next stage is, okay, so you did the research, you found out kind of what the timetable is, when you're going to be recruited, what you can expect from the situation, when can you talk with coaches, how do you need to get to coaches, evaluating yourself through that sports talent 4-part evaluation. Once you've got all that stuff done, you'll at least have yourself on steady footing to know how to move forward.